Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So even in today's class, we'll continue multiple choice questions from the chapter Fractions and Decimals. Starting with the first question for today, question number 18. How many 1 by 10s make 2 by 5? See children, what should we find out? How many 1 by 10s will make 2 by 5? Yes, for this we have to divide. What should we divide? 2 by 5 divided by 1 by 10. How many 1 by 10s will there be in our 2 by 5? Now how to divide 2? Sorry, I'll write it like this. 2 by 5 divided by 1 by 10. Now when we are dividing two fractions, how will we do? The first fraction is written as it is. The division becomes multiplication, and for the second fraction we write the reciprocal. 1 by 10 becomes 10 by 1. Now as we are having the multiplication sign, let us multiply. Multiplying the numerators, 2 into 10, then multiplying the denominators, 5 into 1. We have 2 tens are 20 and 5 ones are 5. 20 divided by 5 is our answer. Let us see what will we get upon dividing 20 by 5. We have 5 fours are 20. When we subtract, 0 is our remainder. So how many 1 by 10s do we need to make 2 by 5? We need 4 1 by 10s to make 2 by 5. Option D, 4 is the correct answer. Understood children? Next question. Which best describes the shaded part of the drawing below? Now if you observe, we are having two figures. The one figure is wholly shaded. So what will be the representation for it? We'll call it as 1. Why? Because the whole of the figure is shaded. Now coming to the next one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shaded blocks divided by 7, that is the total number of blocks. See, the first figure is wholly shaded, so 1, and in the second figure we are having only 5 by 7th part as shaded. Now combinedly 1 5 by 7 becomes our answer here. This is the pictorial representation of a mixed fraction, where we have a whole number and also a proper fraction. What is the answer for this? 1 5 by 7 is the answer. Next question. A fraction of these kites is dark. Which group has an equivalent fraction of white kites in the given options? The fraction of these kites is dark. What is the fraction of the kites that are dark? We are having 2 dark kites out of 6 kites. In total we are having 6 kites, out of which only 2 are dark. Now which group has an equivalent fraction of white kites in the given option? We should find out its equivalent fraction. Yes, and that should be the representation of white kites. If you look at the given options, for the option A we are having 2 by 4 as the answer for white kites. Then option B we are having 1 by 3. Option C we are having 1 by 2, and option D is 1 by 3. The fraction of white kites, what should we do? We should find out the fraction of white kites here. See, the fraction of white kites is 2 by 4, 1 by 3 and 1 by 2. But here the fraction is 2 by 6. What is the equivalent fraction of 2 by 6? When we divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, we have 2 divided by 2 1, and 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So the equivalent fraction of our 2 by 6 is 1 by 3. So option B, 1 by 3 becomes our correct answer. See children, in the question we are given the fraction of dark kites, and from the given options we have to find out the fraction of white kites, equivalent fraction of white kites. we should find 1 by 3. We should find the option where we have 1 by 3 white kites. So option B becomes our correct answer. Okay, don't get confused by the question. We just have to find out from the options which white kites represent the fraction 1 by 3. Next question. Ananya has, it's Ananya. Ananya has 25 rupees. She used 3 by 5 of it on a pair of sandals. How much had she spent? Suppose say how much had she spent. Some word is missing here. Now what are they saying? Out of the 25 rupees, she has already used 3 by 5. What did she do? She has spent 3 by 5 of 25 rupees. Now if you remember, I said about of represents multiplication. So this can be written as 3 by 5 into 25. Now how do we multiply, children? 3 into 25, multiplying the numerators divided by the denominator. 3 into 25, 75 divided by 5. Now when we divide 75 by 5, 5 ones are 5, 2 brought down, 2 remaining, 5 brought down, 5 5s are 25. When we subtract, 0 is our remainder. So 3 by 5 of 25 means 15 rupees. How much did she spend? 3 by 5 of 25 means she spent 15 rupees 5. Option A, 15 becomes our correct answer. Understood? While we are dealing with fractions, when we have of, it means that we have to multiply the given pair of fractions or whole numbers. Now the next question, how many of the shapes must be shaded? So the 2 by 5 of the figure is unshaded. What should we do here? First let us count the number of shapes in this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20, 23 and 25. We are having 25 shapes. Now from that 2 by 5 should be unshaded. Again the of has come here. 2 by 5 of 25 must be unshaded. Let us find out what is 2 by 5 of 25. 2 by 5 into 25 is equal to 2 into 25 divided by 5 is equal to 50 by 5. 50 divided by 5 is 10. Yes, so 10 should be unshaded. Out of the given 25 shapes, 10 should be unshaded. So if we remove the 10, these are 10 figures. So apart from the 10, the remaining we have to shade so that 2 by 5 remains unshaded. How many did we shade, children? 3, 5, 8, 10, 3, 5, 8, 10 and then 13 and 15. We have shaded 15 and unshaded are 10. Understood? So how many shapes must be shaded? How many did we shade? 15 shapes must be shaded so that the 2 by 5 of the figure, 2 by 5 of the figure is 10 shapes. So the 10 shapes remain unshaded. The remaining 15 are to be shaded. I hope this is clear. Next question. 4 3 by 4 into 2 1 by 2. Here dot is again nothing but our multiplication. Now how to multiply these two mixed fractions? First we have to convert them into improper fractions. Yes, the first one is 4 3 by 4. How do we convert, children? The denominator will be as it is. In the numerator, we multiply the whole number by the denominator and to that we add the numerator. 4 4s are 16 plus 3. That is equal to 19 divided by 4. 4 3 by 4 is nothing but 19 by 4. Next we have 2 1 by 2. Again multiply the whole number by the denominator. Add the numerator to it. We have 2 2s are 4 plus 1 divided by 2. It's nothing but 5 by 2. Here there has been a small mistake, children. In the question it's not, there is no dot, it's subtraction, minus symbol. Okay, but if in case you get a dot in the exam, remember that dot here means multiplication, but here it is subtraction. It was not a dot, it's a printing mistake. Now what are the fractions we have? 19 by 4 and 5 by 2. 19 by 4 minus 5 by 2. Yes, it's not dot, it's subtraction. How do we subtract? LCM of 4 and 2 is equal to 4. So 19 by 4 as it is. Now what should we multiply 2 with? 2 2s are 4. So we are multiplying both the numerator and denominator by 2. 19 by 4 minus 5 2s are 10 by 2 2s are 4. So we are having the common denominators, we can subtract now. 19 minus 10, 9 divided by 4. 9 by 4 is our answer. Again 9 by 4 is an improper fraction. Yes, always an improper fraction can further be simplified and represented as a mixed fraction. So let us see what will we get. We have 4 2s are 8. When we subtract, 1 is remaining. Now what will be the mixed fraction from this? Whole quotient becomes the whole number, remainder becomes the numerator, and divisor becomes the denominator. 2 1 by 4 is our correct answer. Yes, which is that? Option C. 2 1 by 4 is our correct answer. Understood, children? Question number 23. Next question, 24. I think of a decimal number. After I have after I have multiplied it by 2, we are having a decimal number, say x. Then we have multiplied it by 2. To this product I have added 5, and the sum, that is this total, is divided by 3. So after I do all these to the decimal number, the answer I get is 3 by 5. So what should I find out? We should find out what was the decimal number that we have started with. Now there are two ways to solve this question. First one is, take each options and check which one fits this. Say option A 2.75. 2.75, first multiply it by 2. When we multiply it by 2, what will we get, children? 2 5s are 10, 1 carried, 2 7s are 14 plus 1 15, 2 2s are 4 plus 1 5. Here we are having 2 digits to the right, so we will place a decimal number after 2 digits from the right. 5.5 is the product. Then add 5 to it. When we add, the answer will be 10.50, and to the sum we have to divide it by 3. 10.50 divided by 3. What will we get? We'll get 3 3s are 9. When we subtract, 1 is remaining. 5 brought down. 3 5s are 15. When we subtract, 0 is remaining. Again 0 brought down. So 3 zeros are 0. What is our answer? 350. But again in the divisor we are having a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. So even in the quotient we'll place a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. Yes, we got 3.5 as our quotient. That is what was mentioned in the question, that we got 3.5. So option A becomes our correct answer. This is nothing but trial and error method. That means we have to try each of the given options. Suppose option A was wrong, then we have to move on towards option B. Understood? This is one method. Another method is, we have to solve this question backwards. Okay, 3.5 was the answer, right? But we'll start with 3.5 now. 3.5, what did we say? After 3.5 here, what do we have? Divided by 3. But we have to do the opposite. Multiply it by 3. We have 15, 10. Point here. Yes? 10.5 is our answer. Again to it. Added 5, we are having added 5, but you have to do the opposite. Divide 5, subtract 5. When we subtract, the answer will be 5.5. Then again, here what is it? Multiplied by 2. But now you have to, what is the opposite of multiplication? Divide by 2. Yes, 5.5 divided by 2. We have 2 2s are 4. When we subtract, 1 is remaining. 5 brought down. 2 7s are 14. When we subtract, 1 is remaining. Do you remember, children? We can put as many zeros as we want after the decimal point. So to get a proper remainder here, 0 as the remainder, I have placed 0 here. Again, if you bring 0 down, we have 2 5s are 10. When we subtract, 0 is our remainder. In the dividend, we are having a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. So even in the quotient, I'll place the decimal point after 2 digits from the right. So our answer is 2.75. Again we got option A, 2.75 as our correct answer. Understood? You can either go for trial and error method, or you can solve the question like this in the opposite direction. Next question. Vinita uses 1/4 cup of apple sauce in place of 1/3 cup of butter in her cookie recipe. How many cups of apple sauce will Vinita use in place of 1 cup of butter? What is the measurement Vinita is following? She uses 1 cup of apple sauce for every 1/3 cup of butter. Now what should we find out? For 1 cup of butter, how much apple sauce will she use? We are having 1/3 here. How will we get 1? When we multiply it with 3, we'll have 3 divided by 3, that is equal to 1. So this 1/3 into 3 will give us 1 cup of butter. In the same way, 1/4 has to be multiplied by 3. Yes, children, we have used 3 into 1/3 cups of butter. So in the same way, we have to use 3 into 1/4 cups of apple sauce. 3 into 1/4, it would be 3 into 1 divided by 4, that is equal to 3/4. Yes, understood. For every cup of butter, for every 1/3 cup of butter, she uses 1/4 cup of apple sauce. Now here I have used 3 times, 1/3 3 times, 1/3 cups of butter 3 times, so that the total quantity I have used has become 1 cup of butter. In the same way, I have to use the apple sauce also 3 times, right? 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. When I add these 3 together, I'll get 3/4 as my answer. Option B, option D, 3/4 becomes my correct answer. Understood, children? Next question. A fraction of a candle shown is lit. Which of the following is shaded to represent a fraction with the same value? Here in the question we are having 2 candles, out of which one is lit. Yes, so what will be the fraction of the candle that is lit? 1 candle is lit out of 2. So 1/2 becomes the fraction. Now let us check out the given options. Option A represents 1 shaded part out of 4. So 1/4. Option B represents 3 shaded parts out of 4. So 3/4. Option C represents 1/2. Option D represents 2 out of 3. Now which is the same as the given figure? Option C. Yes, even option C also represents 1/2 fraction. So that is why option C becomes our correct answer. Next question 27. 5/100 expressed as a decimal is dash. 5/100. Here our denominator is 100. So we can easily convert it into a decimal. But before that, what should we do, children? In the denominator we are having 3 digits. So even in the numerator we have to make it a 3-digit number. How can we make it a 3-digit number? Simply add 2 zeros before the number, that is 2 zeros to the left of the number. Yes, 005 is again equal to our 5. There is no change in value. Now this was our first step. Coming to the second step, in 100 we are having 2 zeros. So even in the number, that is in the numerator, we have to place a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. Understood, right children? In 100 we are having 2 zeros. So we have to place the decimal point after 2 digits from the right. Our decimal number is 0.05. Clear? What is a decimal number? Option D, 0.05 is the decimal for our fraction 5 by 100. Next question. What is 6050.287 rounded off to the nearest 10? What are they asking children? Nearest tenths. TH. It should be TH. What is 6050.287 rounded off to the nearest tenth? Again we have discussed a similar question. What is the number here? 6050.287. We have to round it off to the nearest tenth. That is, we have to round off to the nearest 1/10th place. 1/10th place. So we should look at the digit in 100th place. It is, what is it? It is 8, that is greater than 5. So we have to round up. Yes, adding 1 here. 6050 as it is. 2 plus 1 becomes 3. And then the remaining digits become zeros. Yes children, again don't forget to place the decimal point here as given in the question. What is our answer now? 6050.300 or nothing but 6050.3 is our number rounded off to the nearest tenths. Option D becomes our correct answer. Yes. Next question 29. Which fraction of the figure is shaded? If you look at this, here again half blocks are shaded. So we'll consider these two as 1, then these two as another 1, then these two as 1. What are the halfly shaded blocks? We are having 3. This become 3. And again we are having 1, 2, 3. 3 fully shaded blocks. So 3 plus 3 becomes 6. In total we are having 6 fully shaded blocks. Understood children till now? See, 2 halves make 1. Yes, so we are considering these 2 halves as 1, these 2 as 1 and these 2 as 1. So that makes 3 blocks and then we are having 3 fully shaded blocks. So overall we are having 6 fully shaded blocks. That becomes our numerator divided by, what will be our denominator? 1, 2, 3 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 3s are 18. In total we are having 18 blocks. So 6 by 18 is our answer. But in the given options we do not have 6 by 18. That means we need to find out the equivalent fraction. 6 by 18, or we have to reduce it to the simplest form. When we divide both by 6, 6 is the highest common factor. Yes, when we divide both by 6, we have 6 divided by 6 1, 18 divided by 6 is equal to 3. 1 by 3 becomes our correct answer. Do we have 1 by 3 in the options? Yes, option A, 1 by 3 becomes our correct answer. Next question 30. This is 1, then what is this figure minus this figure? Again, what Is this, children? It is a similar type of question. We had an addition based question for this, but now we are having subtraction. First, let us find out what does this this figure represent. We are having 100 blocks. We are having 10 rows into 10 columns in the figure. So that is why 100 blocks are there in the given figure. The denominator becomes 100. Both are the same figures, right, children? Yes. So both will have the common denominator 100. So I can simply take 100 as the denominator. Now coming to the numerator part, what will be the numerator? Numerator will be the number of shaded blocks. Here only 4 are unshaded. That means 96 are shaded. And now coming to second figure, we are having 29 shaded blocks. So 96 minus 29. 6 minus 9 is not possible. Borrowing. 16 minus 9, 7. 8 minus 2, 6. So 67 is our answer. 67 divided by 100. Here I have taken direct subtraction. If you are confused with this, first write the fraction for this. It will be 96 by 100. Then the fraction for this figure would be 29 by 100. Then you can subtract the both. 96 by 100 minus 29 by 100, which will be equal to 67 by 100. Now what is the decimal number for 67 by 100? Option B. Yes, see, 67 by 100. In the denominator we are having 3 digits. So even in the numerator we have to make it a 3-digit number by adding 0 to the left of it. So 067 is our number. Now where to keep the decimal point? In the denominator we are having 2 zeros after 1. So in the numerator we'll place a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. 0.67 is our answer. That is option. And coming to the last question for today, question number 31. Sonia talked on the telephone to 2 friends. It's 2 friends. Okay. She talked to Shivani for 1/4 hour and to Geetika for 1/3 hour. How much time did Sonia spend on the telephone? A simple question, children. What should we do? We should add both the times. Yes, first she talked for 1/4 hour and then she talked for 1/3 hour. So when we add these two, the denominators are different. What is their LCM? LCM of 4 and 3 is 12. What is the LCM of 4 and 3? It is 12. So what should we do? We should make these two fractions into like fractions with the denominator 12. For the first one, the denominator is 4. What should we multiply it with to get 12? 3. So multiplying the numerator and denominator by 3. The next one is 1/3. Now we should multiply it with 4. Yes, 3 into 4 gives us 12. 1 3s are 3 by 12 plus 1 4s are 4 by 12. These two are like fractions. Now we can add them. 3 plus 4 7 by 12. So option D 7 by. Please visit our website www.aimstoday.in for other information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.